I think the problem here, Piers, is that you think that your opinion matters. YouTube this, YouTube that, Disney that. This shit is not a joke. I'm knocking out the best of the best. Going to the gym, you're still a fat ass.
In a world where social media influencers are transforming into professional athletes, Jake Paul has become a name that needs no introduction. But what unfolds behind the scenes of his highly publicized fights is often more intriguing than the bouts themselves. What makes a social media star step into the ring with seasoned boxers, risking it all? As we delve deeper, we uncover a tale of ambition, controversy, and unexpected turns. How did a YouTuber's pursuit of boxing prowess become a spectacle that both rivets and divides the world? What is the shocking truth behind Jake's rapid rise and the fights that might define his legacy? Today, we're peeling back the layers on Jake Paul's journey in the boxing world, from claiming victory over legends like Mike Tyson to stirring the pot intense face-offs that leave audiences buzzing. We're about to reveal how his brash attitude, strategic fights, and relentless drive are crafting not just a career, but a narrative that keeps everyone guessing. And what comes next is a twist you won't see coming. From the outset, Jake Paul's entry into boxing seemed improbable, a move met with skepticism and ridicule. Yet with each victory, he's continued to defy expectations. The early days, marked by bouts against fellow internet personalities, set the stage for something much larger. Unlike typical amateurs, Jake navigated the paths less taken, all under the scrutiny of millions. His detractors questioned his legitimacy, yet he pressed forward, a testament to his ambition and unyielding desire to prove the naysayers wrong. What drives this relentless pursuit? The answer might lie beyond mere fame. Transitioning from internet rivalries to real-world boxing arenas required more than just physical prowess. It demanded an understanding of the game at a fundamental level. Jake's strategic fights against former UFC fighters Tyron Woodley and Anderson Silva were carefully selected, showcasing his tactical approach to elevating his status. Critics were divided, with some calling it a masterstroke, while others decried the legitimacy of these matchups. However, the spectacle was undeniable, with these events pulling in massive crowds and delivering impressive pay-per-view numbers. No longer just an influencer dabbling in sports, Jake was crafting his own narrative. Amidst all this, the face-offs and pre-fight antics turned into their own form of entertainment. Each press conference and interview became an opportunity for Jake to cement his persona. The controversies, the heated exchanges, the bold statements, they were all part of a larger tapestry. One such moment came when Jake appeared on the Piers show. Known for his brash demeanor, Jake faced tough questions about his opponent's caliber. The tension simmered, culminating in a dramatic conclusion that had fans and critics alike buzzing. Was this a calculated move, or did it reveal cracks in his facade? It was clear Jake Paul was as much a narrative mastermind as he was an athlete in the making. Behind the bravado, there's an intricate play of strategy, timing, and narrative crafting. Jake Paul's bout with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. highlighted this perfectly. A seasoned boxer, Chavez Jr. represented an escalation in competition, a challenge to Jake's critics who questioned his willingness to fight a real boxer. Leading up to the fight, anticipation reached fever pitch. To observers, this was more than just another fight. It was a defining moment that would either cement Jake's legitimacy in the sport or unravel the carefully constructed facade he presented. Yet beyond the ring, the chatter continued. Rumors swirled about Jake's next moves, sparking debates in both boxing circles and social media threads. Was he gearing up for a world title run, or were these strategic matchups merely stepping stones to an even grander narrative, one that might one day place him alongside boxing legends? The speculation was fueled by his fiery exchanges with fellow fighters and pundits alike, each promising that the next chapter in Jake's boxing career would be even more astonishing than the last. Success in the ring wasn't without its shadows. Behind the public persona, whispers of private struggles and pressures loomed large. The balance between sustaining a compelling public image and managing personal challenges is a delicate one, and Jake's story is no exception. Friends and insiders hinted at the immense pressure he places on himself, a pressure that drives him to new heights but is not without its costs. These elements, often hidden from public view, add depth to the story of Jake Paul. While millions watch the spectacle, few know the full script of ambition, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of a legacy that might just be changing the game as we know it. While many critique Jake Paul for his loud persona and non-traditional path in boxing, his impact on the sport is undeniable. With each match, he challenges the conventional wisdom that viewers have about what it means to be a boxer, effectively blurring the lines between entertainment and athletics. His approach has forced a traditionally rigid sport to acknowledge a new audience, one that is younger and perhaps more digitally savvy. This dual-faceted audience not only watches for the fights, but for the narratives and personalities involved, both of which Jake excels at crafting and maintaining. As whispers of future opponents circulate, including high-profile names and potential rematches, Jake stands at a crossroads. Critics suggest he should face a ranked professional to truly prove his mettle, yet his camp may see a different path. The allure of mega fights with crossover appeal driven by social media momentum cannot be ignored. Each potential opponent represents a new chapter, ripe with opportunity for narrative twists that can be used to further his brand. The stakes are high, and each decision will play a crucial role in shaping his legacy, meanwhile keeping fans and skeptics engaged in equal measure. Looking to the future, the question remains: will Jake Paul eventually earn universal respect in the boxing world, or will his legacy remain that of a disruptor who challenged the status quo but was never fully embraced? Behind closed doors, Jake and his team likely ponder this dichotomy. However, the public persona remains unwaveringly bold. This duality of confidence in the ever-present pursuit of approval from the established boxing community adds a layer of depth to Jake's story. With every bout, he not only fights to win in the ring, but also to redefine what it means to be a boxer in the modern era. It's a story still being written, with every punch and every press conference feeding into a larger tale of transformation and ambition. As Jake Paul navigates this high-stakes journey, he remains acutely aware of the power dynamics at play in the world of boxing. For every punch he lands, there's a public and often critical world waiting with anticipation to see if he falters. Yet it is precisely this tension that fuels his fire. Jake knows the value of a good narrative twist, and with each fight he leverages this understanding to keep both fans and critics hooked. His bouts are not just physical contests, but strategic plays in a larger game where attention and influence are just as vital as skill. Opportunities outside the ring also beckon. Business ventures and media projects present lucrative paths that can enhance his empire, building on the foundation he's created through boxing. Yet Jake is acutely aware that his time as a serious contender in the ring is limited. The world watches as he balances these dual roles, wondering how long he can maintain his status as an influencer while actively pursuing respect in the athletic arena. It's a compelling juggling act, one that adds layers of intrigue to his ongoing story. Jake's story is not just about the ascent of a boxer, but about navigating fame's complexities. Balancing the demands of training with the never-ending media obligations requires a level of discipline and focus that many outside the sport might underestimate. As he continues to push boundaries, he must also keep in mind the responsibilities that come with his vast platform. Every move, every statement is dissected, echoing far beyond the boxing community. While some may question his motives, there's no denying the significant mark he's making on boxing's cultural landscape. Through triumphs and challenges alike, Jake Paul's journey delivers a narrative that is as unpredictable as it is captivating. Continuing with the exploration of the various elements that bind the previous chapters, it becomes evident that the synthesis of both concepts and contexts forms the crux of the discourse. These interconnected ideas not only underline the importance of interdisciplinary approaches, but also emphasize the potential for transformative understanding when diverse perspectives are interwoven. The juxtaposition of theory and practice has shown time and again that knowledge cannot thrive in isolation. In acknowledging this, an effort to blur traditional boundaries has helped illuminate new pathways of comprehension and innovation. This endeavor has highlighted the relevance of collaboration, the sharing of insights, and the building of bridges between seemingly disparate sectors. As the narrative unfolded, the challenges and solutions encountered serve as valuable lessons. They remind us of the dynamic nature of learning, which requires adaptability and resilience. The ability to pivot in the face of adversity, to learn from failure, and to celebrate success, no matter how small, is inherent in the human experience. The rhythm of progress, with its ebbs and flows, reinforces our understanding that growth is rarely a linear journey, but one rich with unexpected turns. At this juncture, a reflection on the collective journey uncovers a tapestry of interwoven ideas that enrich our understanding. The pursuit of knowledge and the quest for deeper meaning are as much about the questions posed as they are about the answers discovered. This exploration invites us to remain curious, open-minded, and ever-evolving. As the narrative draws to a close, it's clear that this is not an ending, but rather a continuation of the dialogue. The insights gained, the questions raised, and the connections made all serve as invitations to explore further, to dig deeper, and to expand our horizons beyond what was once thought possible. The journey continues, ever inviting the pursuit of wisdom and understanding in an ever-changing world.